we found out that the executive staff didn't really understand what product design was either. So we got Steve to agree to finance a video that would show the executive staff what the product designers needed in order to continually expand the company, keep the quality, keep the look, etc. For instance, we wanted to have a room with some of the products that we really liked. And you'll see some of those in a second in this video. But we wanted to have just a big room, like a museum, where we would take a new designer in the company, instead of giving them a great big thick design manual that they'd have to go through and fall asleep reading. We wanted to just throw them into that room for half a day, 4 hours, let them wander around and look at things and touch things, and then have them talk about their experiences afterwards. So we produced this video, and this is the one that nobody's ever seen. You guys are the first audience. So, Bill, you want to roll that? You can kill this too if you want. There we go. I'm sorry for the gender-specific wording. This was a long time ago. We do have sound. There we go.
People with a commitment to excellence, a commitment reflected in the values we share. For the future, our chairman of the board has an even greater vision. Our goal should not only be to lead our industry in design, but to be the best in the world. What makes a design the best? What distinguishes good design from bad?
Pretty subtle, huh?
The best designs are characterized by design values highly integrated to satisfy the needs of and provide maximum benefit to people. Functional usefulness, price performance, marketability, reliability, timeless aesthetics, quality. These design features must be supported by equally important values on the production side. Manufacturability, serviceability, profitability. Great industrial design leads to profitability because it serves the needs of consumers. To achieve design goals, industrial designers need a broad spectrum of skills combined with vision. What are the goals of Apple's industrial designers? To design a consistent and recognizable look for Apple products. To design cost-effective products. To link high standards of craftsmanship and honest use of materials. To coordinate design values between divisions. To integrate the technical with the aesthetic. To design for profitability. To advance Apple's reputation as an innovator. To contribute to human advancement. To design products that retain lasting aesthetic value. to contribute to product planning, to optimize how industrial design functions at Apple to meet our goal of being the best in the world. Understanding design process is the key to understanding how we can meet Apple's design goals. Let's take a look at the Apple design process from the perspective of our industrial designers. People frequently view design as a linear sequence with a beginning, several milestones, and an endpoint. In fact, the process is quite different. At each stage, many possible solutions must first be explored before a workable and appropriate one is chosen. The same pattern is then repeated at the next juncture. As the process unfolds through each major stage, it's easy to see the effort involved in creating a single product. Several factors add even more complexity to the design process. The same process goes on for all aspects of a high-technology product. At the same time, the efforts of all engineering disciplines are interrelated. And in turn, engineering interrelates with marketing, manufacturing, and customer service. A change of direction in any area can cause lengthy design revisions in the others. An effective and imaginative design process is highly complex, with many critical points where coordination and communication are essential. Meeting our goal of being best in the world will place added stress on these critical points. It's like building a bridge across a bay and then preparing to build one across the ocean. The structure must be supported to stretch the greater distance. The key areas of support for the design effort at Apple are time to explore diverse ideas fully and thereby find new solutions, sufficient material, financial, and human resources, open channels of communication between all levels in a division and between all divisions, visibility and a sense of contributing to the organization. Supplying these resources involves a corporate commitment and optimal coordination of the design process. The Snow White project is a good first step. What structure can best support the Apple design process? We need help to coordinate all central industrial design functions, facilitate the exchange and flow of information and documentation, provide for seminars, critique meetings, and design competitions, promote Apple design, act as liaison to the executive staff and engineering and marketing councils. An effective solution would be a chief design executive with 2 staff members, a design information coordinator, and an area associate. A structure of this kind would provide a core for the process of creating the best design products in the world. What makes Apple design a leader in creative achievement? Committed people, design features integrated to meet consumer needs, visionary goals, and a complex, imaginatively rich process. With the addition of the right support structure to connect these elements for optimal performance, the whole can be much greater than the sum of the parts.
Pretty neat, huh? What do you think the executive staff did? I think we lost them about the spider webs and the intricacy. So the executive staff, those of you that have read the book and know about Snow White Project, they basically hired Hartmut Esslinger from Frog Design to come over and take over the whole internal design staff at Apple. And probably a year after I left, there were probably no more Apple designers. And that lasted for 5 or 6 years until they wised up and hired some really good internal staff, Bob Bruner and now Jonathan Ive. So that was a fantastic request for services and everything, completely ignored by the executive staff. Next on our schedule is the Apple III. This was a follow-on computer to Apple II. It was a dual processor machine. At the time this was designed, we knew the government, federal FCC, was coming out with some very stringent radio frequency interference and mechanical magnetic interference standards. We didn't know what they were, so our answer to this was build a bomb-proof chassis that was a die-cast aluminum chassis.